Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the backhand roll. I've got Brooks and Grayson here, and we're going to be breaking down their shots, and we're going to see what they, as well as you, can improve to master the backhand roll. All right, so we got Brooks here. We're going to take a look. Jordan's going to feed him a few balls for the backhand roll, and we'll see what we're working with here. Good. So one more. Okay, awesome. So for a lot of you out there, we got to focus on the knee to waist bend ratio, okay? Right now, what I'm seeing from Brooks here a little bit is quite a bit of hip bend or from the waist and not a lot of knees. So the first thing I want you to change, Brooks, is try your best to get into those knees a little bit more. This way, the lower my knees are, the more I can actually bend over with the waist to get more reach. However, if my knees are just straight up, I can't go very far before collapsing forward, okay? Okay, one more. One thing we want to keep in mind is, right, this ball, it's not a finishing shot usually. It's a slower roll, so that ball is probably going to be coming back. If you place it in a pretty good spot, sure, it might not be coming back so hard, but we just got to make sure whatever your normal volley position is to counter the ball, we got to be able to get back into the position for that, okay? So especially when your opponents are right at the kitchen line and we're rolling it from a short distance, the ball is going to be coming back pretty quick. So making sure when we're at the kitchen, we might actually be better off going more so, are you a continental grip in the most part? Okay. Yeah, so more so continental and using that wrist to just roll the paddle over. This way I can still get that paddle angle that I need, yet I'm right there ready for that counter, okay? So that's what I change. I also want you to think of slowing down our swing. We tend to drop our paddle down and then it's almost like a snap forward. It's turning more so into a flick, okay? So I want you to think pace and location over snap here, okay? Nice. Nice. Okay, yeah, excellent. That's a lot better already. So one thing we have to realize is this shot is going to change ever so slightly based on your opponent's positioning, obviously. So whenever they're at the kitchen, location is super important as far as where it's crossing their body. So especially usually when I'm hitting this roll, I'm aiming for that chicken wing dominant side area. Honestly, like hip is great, but even if you can get it to the shoulder, sometimes that throws them off a little bit more. When they're back further, obviously the actual spot it crosses them, it's not going to be crossing their body, but we just want to get that ball as deep as we can. Good adjustment as far as slowing down our paddle swing speed. I think that's going to be a lot better with the control aspect of things. Last thing, as far as directionally wise, if I want to go down the line, cross court. So here's the thing about the backhand. The backhand, the natural motion of your swing is left to right typically, okay? So it's going to be quite easy to take the ball across for. The moment that we want to go down the line, the only thing that changes is where, as far as timing, we're contacting that ball, okay? So if I want to go cross, I'm going to attack it more so out here is my contact point. Notice how my paddle angle's already pointing in that direction. If I want to go more so down the line, I just let that ball travel ever so slightly more. So now notice my paddle's facing down the line, okay? I'm going to go ahead and hit a few here. You can kind of see cross court, down the line, the slight difference, and then I'll let you jump in at the end here,
Yeah.
okay? Here's some cross court rolls. Oh, got him. So now I'm going to go down the line. Only thing that's going to change is a little bit of that waiting time. I'm going to contact the ball a little bit closer to me probably than out front. All right, perfect.
If you actually want to learn more about topspin and how to apply it in other shots in your game, go check out topspinsecrets.com or scan the QR code here.
All right, so now we've got Grayson here. Little bit different. Grayson's a lefty, unlike most players who are right-handed. However, still the same things applies. We're either trying to hit our roll down the line or cross body, cross court, aiming for that chicken wing area, okay? Oh. Okay, let's pause there for a second. Right now, I think a lot of your technique-wise, a lot of your snap and roll is actually coming from the elbow, okay? I'm seeing some of this. I want to think fully from the shoulder. Our hand and our arm is going to be relaxed. So yes, we are going to get some natural flow and whip to it. However, my shoulder is my hinge. So I'm just rotating really from 6 to 12 o'clock. Okay, here we go. Good. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, one more. Nice. That's the spot. Good. So hit a couple here. I want you to work cross now. So go cross body. One of the hardest speed ups is that cross body speed up, because from this backhand position, they have to respect that you're able to hit down the line. So snapping it cross is not a bad shot here. Okay. Good. That was really good. Yeah. Okay, one more here. Okay, that's wicked. Okay. So yeah, now insane. For sure. Depending on lefty or righty, the counters still, they're gonna come back generally in the same direction. So we're gonna think of the triangle rule here, okay? Triangle rule, for all those viewers out there who are not sure of it, basically what's gonna happen is, right now, we're taking a backhand roll from down the line, okay? If I take this shot and I roll it straight up the line, most likely it's gonna come back in that general area that it came from, okay? Now, if I take that same ball and I go cross body or roll it cross court on Grayson, it'll probably come back over near my forehand or somewhere on this side, creating that triangle rule, okay? So yeah, here we go. Hit a couple more here, Grayson. Try your best to counter these. Here we go. Good. Nice. Too good. All right, Brooks, you've got a perfect roll. Come on, Gray, your turn.
Okay, here we go.
All right, now we're here with Gray, and we'll take a look at his roll, see what things he can change. Now, the thing that you guys might notice, big change, Gray's a lefty, okay? But technique-wise, everything stays the same. So if you're a lefty out there, this is the guy to watch. Here we go. All right. Nice. Okay. Right off the bat, same thing I told Brooks just a minute ago. Okay. Knee bend to waist ratio. Okay. I want to see a lot more knee bend right now. Also, we're a little bit narrow as far as our feet goes. In order to get that maximum reach, like my feet are wider than shoulder width apart. Okay. This way I'm balanced. Even if I have to reach one way or another a little bit, I can still stay in that balanced position, really going upwards, okay, with that shoulder. Okay. Nice. Oh. No. That's how you counter the roll. Here we go. One more. Okay, so right now it's coming a little bit more of a flick, all right? Main reason is because, for the most part, we are right now leading with the top of our paddle. Okay, what happens when we lead with the top of the paddle is we go out like this and snap forward, okay? I want you to think of leading with your hands. So in other words, your hand and your shoulder are connected. When we're leading with our paddle, again, we're snapping through and we're not getting that top spin or slower pace. When we lead with our hand, right, our paddle just follows and it stays connected, okay? Here we go, feed a few more here. Think of location over pace here.
Okay.
Good. Okay, what are you feeling right now?
I kind of feel like my arm's like not in it.
Okay.
I don't know what to mean, but like, yeah, I feel like I'm like really leading with my hand.
Try to engage your non-paddle hand a little bit more as well. Okay. Right now, obviously I'm right-handed, but what I'm seeing is a lot of just hands down to the side, whatever. And now it's just a little bit loose. We're not fully connected. Okay. So I want you to think of keeping that swing all the way connected from our knees, our feet to our actual swinging arm. Okay. As far as contact and location, where are we trying to put it right now?
Either like at like down the middle towards his chicken wing or just down the line.
Okay. Hit a few down the line. Okay. So what are we going to change?
We're going to be more connected with like my body.
Yep. Yeah. And then when we're going down the line, we're just letting that ball travel a little bit more.
Yep.
And that swing right out.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Use that arm.
Yeah.
There it is. Good, good, much better. Now a few more, just go cross body here.
Sure.
Good. There it is, there it is. Nice, a lot better already. So just know that not every ball is equal, okay? So sometimes you're gonna be hitting a roll from here, sometimes they'll be hitting a roll from there, okay? And we can't do as much, obviously, with this ball as we can with this one. But whenever we are getting a lower ball like so, just remember, like, location is so important, okay? Obviously here, it still is, but when we're down here, our swing becomes probably a little bit slower, and our paddle angle, instead of facing fully, sometimes we're almost fully closed when we're rolling it just to get that ball down. But down here, we're just gonna loft it slightly more so 90 degrees rather than like pulling over the ball, essentially. But yeah, super good.